لك اليمانية أين الحس والثانية نحن غرباء عد إليك عانية لبيك لا هم هبل لبيك يحدون الأمل الحمد لك والشكر لك وكلنا نخضع لك.
لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك له.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Mashratha from DNN. Welcome back to the trial of the 7th century. So far we've seen and heard some outrageous things.
And this is D-Storm, and I agree. This is stranger than fiction. You know, my memory takes me back to another trial. We had that trial back in 1994. Some people may remember. But one thing they have in common is SWB. Back in 94, SWB meant slow white Bronco. And I would like for people who are watching to Google that. And whoever comes up with the first answer, put it in the comment. You will get a tap out flag. And we will explain what the tap out flag is next time. But in this trial, slow white Bronco stands for slow white Bedouin.
Well said, way before my time. Anyway, the judge is about to make the announcement for this session. Let's go to Judge Davis's court.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. Today we will continue to address the charges. The charge for this session is, you shall not have any graven images and you shall not bow down to them. I am going to call the prosecution to step up and present their evidence.
Thank you, Your Honor. In a Sahih Hadith, Sunan and Nasa'i 2935, it was narrated from Ibn Abbas that the Prophet said, "The black stone is from paradise." Your Honor, the black stone has a major status in Islam, and beginning with Muhammad the stone was deified, according to Bulu al-Muram. 747, Ibn Abbas, the cousin of Muhammad, called the ink of the nation, narrated that he used to kiss the black stone and prostrate himself on it. The black stone forgives sins. It was narrated that Ibn Umar said, "I heard the Messenger of Allah say, touching them both, the black stone and al-Rukn al-Yamani is forgiveness for sins." Narrated by Al-Tirmidhi, 959. The black stone will come alive. Jamia at-Tirmidhi 961. Ibn Abbas narrated that, the Messenger of Allah said about the black stone, "By Allah, Allah will raise it on the day of resurrection with 2 eyes by which it sees and a tongue that it speaks with, testifying to whoever touched it in truth." We read in Sahih al-Bukhari 1597. Narrated Abbas bin Rabi'a Umar came near the black stone and kissed it and said, "No doubt, I know that you are a stone and can neither benefit anyone nor harm anyone. Had I not seen Allah's messenger kissing you, I would not have kissed you." We see here even to Muhammad companions the black stone was a major useless object. We see clearly here that the black stone is an image that preoccupied the mind of the Muslims. Millions travel to Mecca yearly to kiss that stone. My colleague will continue. Before that, I would like to enter into evidence this short video clip concerning the stone.
Your Honor, worse than the black stone is the actions of Muhammad. From Sahih International Quran 53:19. So have you considered Al-Lat and Al-Uzza and Manat, the third, the other one? These are the exalted cranes, intermediaries, whose intercession is to be hoped for. Satan made him repeat these two phrases, these idols are high and their intercession is expected. The apostle of Allah repeated them, and he went on reciting the whole surah and then fell in prostration. And the people also fell in prostration with him. They were pleased with what the apostle of Allah had uttered. They said, "We know that Allah gives life and causes death. He creates and gives us provisions, but our deities will intercede with him, and in what you have assigned to them, we are with you." These words pricked the apostle of Allah. He was sitting in his house, and when it was evening, Gabriel came to him and revised the surah. Then Jibril said, "Did I bring these two phrases?" The apostle of Allah said, "I ascribed to Allah what he had not said." Whether these verses were abrogated or not, the fact remains that Muhammad and his companions were either beguiled or intentional. They were caused to bow down to idols, an act that is clearly prohibited by God.
That what you call heavy hitting by the prosecution. Let's see what the judge is saying.
Your documentation has been entered as evidence. Let us proceed with the defense.
Your Honor, a smashing day to you and to the court. We protest the using of hadith which are not sahih is admissible in court to address the black stone issues. Muhammad was not Abraheemic. He came from a family which is pagan, the family of Quresh. So we can say that Muhammad was a unique individual. He decided to give example to others. In one occasion the Prophet allowed a Jewish man to throw rubbish in his yard without chopping off his head. Allah will allow the transformation of the black stone into a being with a tongue and eyes. Is of the knowledge of Allah, and for that we say Allah Alam. Your Honor, today I would like to allow my colleague Imam Nossi al-Naqi to continue. He was in a pilgrimage trip to Mecca.
Thank you. Bism al-Rahman al-Rahim. Inshallah, today, we intend to prove that Rasul Allah is the most honorable man ever. Muhammad was white and pure. Narrated Abu Juhayfa, by chance, I went to the Prophet at noon, while he was at Al-Abtar, resting, in a tent. Bilal came out of the tent, and pronounced the azan for the prayer, and entering again, he brought out the water which was left after Allah's apostle had performed the ablution. The people rushed to take some of the water. Bilal again went in and brought out a spear-headed stick, and then Allah's apostle came out. As if I were now looking at the whiteness of his leg. Bilal fixed the stick, and the Prophet offered a 2 rakat suhoor prayer and a 2 rakat asr prayer, while women and donkeys were passing in front of the Prophet, beyond the stick. See, it is proven his whiteness indicate how good Muhammad is. If anyone call him black, he should be killed immediately.
Are these people deaf or what? Answer the charges. This is unbelievable. Not a shred of evidence. No defense from the Quran or Hadith, just words.
Well, what can I say? Their tactics are to say as many words as possible to divert the attention of those listening. I don't think this judge will fall for that.
You'd be surprised. Let's listen into the court for the conclusion.
Ladies and gentlemen, this court will adjourn until next Monday, where we move on to the next charge, taking the name of God in vain.
This is getting more and more interesting. Let's see what our friend Abdul Pat has to say.
By Allah, this was good defense strategy from Sheikh Imam Nasi al-Naqi. He highlighted the physical attributes of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We see how white the Prophet is, which means he came from Allah. Rasul Allah indeed has come from the right shoulder of Adam, and he is promised Jannah with white-eyed wuris. Alhamdulillah.
This man is literally on an island all by himself. and there aren't any boats coming in or out of that place. Are these people intending on helping or defending the prosecution at all? Anyway, we've arrived at the end of today's broadcast. We look forward to seeing you all next week. May God richly bless you all, and take care.